Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Conscious Awakening. So, we're going to give it 5 minutes. I don't own the right to this music, or we don't own the right to this music. And we're going to give it 5 minutes for people to come in. So, you guys just sit back, relax, get you some tea, some coffee. If you're driving, you know, just continue to stay focused on the road. And let's have a great discussion today. We have 4 minutes left. Good morning. Good morning. Waiting on. We have 4 more minutes left. We will be coming. We will start our discussion in 4 minutes. So just come on in and relax. Take a moment, and let's give some people some time to come in. This is Conscious Awakening, and we're going to be talking about evolving. Well, we have 3 minutes now. It is 8:02. All right, we have 4 more minutes. So while we're waiting, we're just going to take a moment to just relax and breathe, get connected to your breath, and then take some deep breaths. It's 8:03 now. We have 2 more minutes, and we're going to just relax again. We're going to take a minute to pay attention to our breath. But remember, those who are driving, stay focused on the road. But those who are waiting, just sit back and relax and take a moment to pay attention to your breath. Just listen to your breath as you listen to the music, and just allow yourself to just relax, because we're going to talk about evolving. So take some deep breaths within, hold it, now release it. Deep breath, breathe in, hold it, now release it. Now we're going to make the last breath the deepest breath for this morning. You're going to breathe in and hold it. Breathe in, hold it, release. Just blow it all out. Now, in 1 minute, we're going to get started. And the music today that we are listening to, it's a vibration of unconsciousness, and it's called Awakening to the Higher Knowledge. Okay, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to let the music go now. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for taking the moment to relax with us. and allowing other people to come in. I really truly appreciate that. And this morning topic is going to be about what is your identity with evolving. My name is Kimberly Davis. I am one of your hosts today. And we have Judy Davis. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Judy Davis. Thanks so much for joining us. Glad you're here.
Good morning, Colette. Colette is on this morning. So basically we're waiting on we will have El Ray, he will be coming in later today. But today we want to talk about evolving. And remember the reason why we chose evolving, because we're dealing with the acronym. We turned the self into an acronym. And remember, we talked about spirituality. That was our first piece. So this is the second piece of self. And self stands for spirituality, evolving, and living a fulfilling life. So even though I might change it to loving life, a loving, fulfilling life, but we'll see as we go and as we evolve. So today we're going to have a discussion on evolving. How are we evolving in our life? What are we evolving to become? What does evolving mean to you? How does it shows up in your life? And I mean in every aspect of your life. How does it show up? Does it show up as being a victim? Does it show up in you allowing life, living life, to the fullest? How does evolving show up? And Judy and I are going to really sit here and have a great discussion about evolving. We only have one participant here right now. I don't know. I have to ask Judy, do she see anybody on her end who is participating? But we should be able to see people on each end of it. But let me just give me 1 second. I got to get to my comment section. Yep. So I see, hey, Colette. So I just want to put in here, good morning. And we're going to continue to move forward. So I'm gonna open up the floor. We're gonna before we get into it, Judy and I just gonna have a little dialogue together, and we're just gonna talk about what evolving means to the both of us. How about that? So I'm gonna lay back and I'm gonna let Judy and then we'll go into our other spiel as we wait on El Ray to come in this morning. But we're gonna talk about what it actually means to the both of us. So I'm going to open the floor up to Judy and I'm going to let her dialogue about what does evolving mean to her.
All right. So good morning again, everybody. I sincerely believe that each of us has the ability to lead an extraordinary life and to be an extraordinary person. I believe that that's why we evolved on the planet in the first place, to be extraordinary. But what's so unfortunate is a lot of us struggle with that, you know. Um, we don't actually fulfill that level of expectation for ourselves,
Okay.
and not only for ourselves but for the world at large. So I really think that is your identity with evolving in life, becoming an extraordinary individual.
So Judy, what are, this, you talk about, becoming this extraordinary individual with evolving. So how do because some people was like, okay, that sounds well. How do we actually, how do we actually do that? And how do we really pay attention to, are we evolving? You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that you have to look at your life and are you really upgrading? Are you upgrading your physical development? Are you upgrading your emotional development? Are you upgrading your mental development? Are you upgrading your spiritual development? So to me, upgrading your health, you know, um, um, becoming a person who has healthy habits. Do you have healthy habits? Um, do you make healthy decisions in your life?
Okay. Okay.
Um, do you bypass unhealthy choices?
Okay, wait. Do we bypass? Okay, wait. See, there you go. Do we bypass unhealthy choices? Okay.
Well, let's
So,
just use sugar for an example. Me and you both love sugar.
oh yes,
So when we know that sugar is not good for us, but we love sugar, we get that little comfort zone feeling and we love sugar. So sugar is one of the things that I want to bypass because it's not healthy for me.
okay. That's
And
interesting. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and then the last thing, Kim, is short-term gratification. Like when something is like, just a feel, I just want to get it for right now. Just it's gonna make me feel right now. Is that really a healthy choice for you?
Mm.
Short-term
You
gratification.
you have touched on some wonderful, examples, because I was just thinking about this being this victim of how we evolved and being a victim every day. And everything that you touched on, has something to do with, because even with food, we eat because we're going through something. So we don't bypass, we want comfort food. Let's talk about food. We want comfort food because we're going through something emotionally. So we're going through this thing emotionally. We want this comfort food, but then we'll start freaking out. How are we evolving? Because you have not dealt with your emotions, because you brought about emotions. I had a colonoscopy. I always say it wrong yesterday. And, after I came out, doctor said if you have polyps or what do you don't, if you don't, but he tells you what's going on in your colon. And if you have some, so instead of me like, oh, why is this happening to me? Or why did I have that? What I did was I began to evolve. I began to search and ask questions. Why do you end up getting polyps? I don't care how big they are, how small they are, because a lot of them are not cancerous, but why do we get them? And instead of like freaking out, I began to evolve about the situation. I want to know, why did it happen? Because doctors don't tell you. You ask them, well, why did this happen? They said, we don't really know. But I have to remember, they didn't evolve when they went to school. They did not evolve in a way to help us, to teach us about eating the right way, to have a healthy colon. So I can't blame him. He only doing his part of the job. He went to school to do what he's doing. So now I have to evolve about my own body. So that's one thing that I have learned, that I need to really understand is, how am I evolving? How am I developing a better relationship with me, and not just the surface of me, but with my internal organs, with my emotions, with my spirituality, as you mentioned, with the way that I'm talking to someone, with the way that I'm living my life. How am I evolving? I had an experience that really touched my life last Monday. I think it was last Tuesday when I woke up, and it touched my life to the point that I was in tears. And I was like, wow, why do people evolve the way they evolve? So, we have to understand, everybody has an experience. We don't know what happened in your childhood. We don't know why people respond to people the way that they do. And so I was so determined after that I must do conscious awakening. I must, no matter what. It touched me to the point that I have to do conscious awakening, because we have to realize, we have to touch somebody's heart. Because if we all are trying to evolve, not trying, but if we are all evolving on a more positive, a more spiritual basis, then we can touch someone else. We can move someone else's life. Everybody's life is not going to evolve the same. But the question is, how do you want to evolve? I put out a few questions out there, and my question was, are you still stuck on the treadmill of evolving? And if you are, why? My other question was, about, how do you want to evolve in your life? What do you want to do in your life? What does it look like? And Judy really referenced all of those things, and we're going to break it down Colette is still here. I'm looking for some more people. They haven't came on this morning, but we're gonna continue on with our evolving as we go on because no matter what, Judy and I must evolve right here this morning. So if this is about me and her this morning, we're gonna continue to evolve. It
And
is eight.
Colette. Colette is with us.
Colette, yes. So Colette, if you have any questions you want to ask, you know, please feel free to ask us. We would love to hear your questions. Please feel free. But Judy, you have touched on some phenomenal things about evolving, how we want to evolve in life. And those are the things that we don't really pay attention to. My next question was, are you clueless on how to evolve to the next level? And sometimes we are clueless. Are we clueless when it comes to our health? Do we take the initial steps to understand when we go to the doctor? Because I don't tell people, don't go to the doctor, don't you? No, I never tell anybody that, because remember, they're here for a reason and they're going to help us to evolve. But what do you do when you leave the doctor's office? Do you even take an opportunity to go and read? We have the internet. It is so vast. You can learn so much now. If you want to learn something about yourself and you want to learn about your body, your anatomy, you could get on the internet and learn. Okay, so why is this happening to me? So what I learned is how we get polyps in our colon is because of eating red meat, eating lunch meat, hot dogs, a lot of fried food, not eating enough fiber. So if you haven't, excuse me, guys, I'm going to talk about this diarrhea. We're all grown. We all do it from babies on. We all go to the bathroom. So let's just keep it real. So I've learned that I never even looked it up when 5 years ago when I went through this and had a little polyps, I didn't look it up. But yesterday, I said, let me just look it up and find out. So I was able to relate to, okay, Kim, so what are you doing? How are you eating? So I was like, okay, I know what I do. I don't eat a lot of red meat because I don't have to have beef or anything. But I know I have that dipped and dabbed in some hot dogs. I don't have to have lunch meat, but I've eaten quite a bit of probably fried food. So, at this moment, I said, okay, so then I got up this morning, and I was like really praying to learn how to love my colon, to love all my organs. So, what am I going to do to continue to develop? Because, yes, I'm maturing, I'm getting older, and I want to take care of my body better, but we don't pay attention to those things. Most of the time, we're just living, and there's nothing wrong with living. But we must stop and ask ourselves, how are we evolving? Because once we start to evolve, then we attract what we are. What you think, Judy?
I agree. For me, the diet that I most need to be concerned about is the thoughts that I'm thinking and not the food that I'm eating, because I really have to master the power of my mind. And if I master the power of my mind, I'll be able to master my diet. So that's where I'm at. As I evolve, it's a growth thing for me. I'm in my third stage of my life. So significance and all of that is not that important to me right now. The driving force for me is growth.
The driving force of you is growth. Wow.
The
Good
driving force for
morning,
me
Toya.
is growth. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Good morning, Toya. So we have us another person on here. People coming in slowly. It's 8:19, and this morning we're talking about evolving. How are you evolving in life? So you said the basically you said your whole thing is about dealing with your mind. Would I say it like that?
Right. You got to take control of your thoughts, because if you don't have control of your thoughts, you're going to most likely have that victim kind of mindset where you feel that it's too much. I can't, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. And then, of course, What do we run to when things get like that? We don't move beyond, we go straight to our comfort zone because you know that's what we know, and it's certain, and we don't want to stretch our capacity to risk, and that's
Oh,
what holds us back.
express our capacity. Okay, all right. So that's just like expanding our life. Just expand. How
Exactly.
how do you truly stretch? How do you
And
truly
expansion is not going to be comfortable. And most of us love comfort. So we stay where we are, and it's certain, and we know it, and it's okay.
well you
But are you really, to me, if you're in your comfort zone, you're really stuck.
and are you really and to me, is it really certain? That's what we think in our mind. There you go again, controlling those thoughts because it's really not certain. Because you're not certain. You're just used to this way of living.
Right. I just
You
always say, are you moving forward with the life that you want? Or are
Yes,
you settling for the life of where you are right now? Are
right,
you moving forward with the life that you want, or you're just settling for where you are right now? Ask yourself, where are you?
right. I mean, and that's another thing that that's another thing to me that you said, ask yourself and evolving. Do we even sit back and evolve and ask ourselves questions? Because a lot of people is like, truth is hard for people. You know, I ask myself, Kim. So what do you really want to do in life? How do you really want to evolve in conscious awakening? Do you really want to evolve in conscious awakening? What is it about conscious awakening? So I had to wake up and realize that I have to do conscious awakening, and I can't. It's hard to do everything else and do conscious awakening because sometimes we put a whole bunch on our plate, and I know I have a tendency to do it because I be thinking in my mind I could do it all. But then you're not giving something 100% to actually see it truly develop. It's not, you don't allow it to evolve. Just like in relationships, we don't allow it to evolve before we jump to the next level, before we put the cart before the horse. We don't allow it to evolve. We don't allow ourselves to get to know each other you know and with my program, with the spiritual program that I have developed, that's what it's all about. It's all about internal evolving, helping people to connect to their own energy, helping people to connect to their chakras, understanding what chakras are, understanding how, when you was in your mother's womb, how
Mm.
did it start to evolve? My thing is I deal with abandonment all the time, and that's still a part of my life today. But those was the things that went on in the womb of my mother. That's how I was evolving, because she was dealing with a lot of abandonment. So emotionally, she abandoned me in the womb. Not that she intentionally did it, but because of where she was in life, it affected her unborn child in the womb. But we have to think about how we even evolving when we're pregnant, when we're carrying an infant, even with, and not just the mother, the father do too, because they both play a role in their child's development. Colette made a statement. Colette said, how do we know when we are evolving into our best selves? Hmm. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna answer, and I'm gonna let Judy answer. I feel like when you know that you're evolving into your best self, it's a different feeling. You wake up feeling alive. Your energy level is on a whole nother level. You begin to attract what it is that you want in people, in things. Your life just starts to evolve. You're in this rhythm that sometimes is kind of hard to explain. I mean, I can say for my own self, when I made the decision, even though I was scared to leave, not scared, but worried about leaving everything that I had started to start conscious awakening again. Um, But when I made that decision to do it, it just seemed like things just started to happen. I was getting all this information. I'm like, where's it coming from? So when you're living, when you're evolving into your best self, it things just happen. Your whole energy, your whole environment begins to change. You begin to connect on a whole nother level. You begin to, meet the people you're supposed to meet, get the information you're supposed to get. And even before conscious awakening, just things that I have done in my life, opening up my salon, you know, maybe just different things. It's just like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. I am evolving to this person, because it just start to happen. It's just start to shift. There's a certain shift that happens. There's a certain feeling that you feel inside of yourself. There's a certain joy that you have. You wake up with a different kind of with a different look on your face. You feel different. I'm gonna let Judy take it over, because sometimes it's so hard to explain, but you feel it within yourself. Go ahead, Juju.
Okay, so let me just read. How do we know when we are evolving into our best selves? You know, when you're evolving into your best selves, well, when you feel like that you have revealed your greatness, that you're playing full out, you know, that you're no longer in your comfort zone, that things that don't serve you, you don't even go there anymore. If it don't serve you, you have the wisdom to know that this doesn't serve me anymore. So that's how you know that you're evolving. Your mindset
Yeah.
has you're not easily swayed or influenced by other people's opinions
Right.
or what other people do or say. That's when you could look at your life and say, I'm becoming a brand new me and I'm loving every part of this.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense. Yes, you do. You do feel that way. It's like, okay, I can't, I'm not worried about what anybody has to say. I'm just like, and it's not like, to me, it's not like you're not worried about anybody has to what they have to say, but your life is still open, and you able to hear people, but that does not respond to you, it doesn't touch you anymore. And you make decisions, to me, when you also know, Judy, and what do you think when you make decisions based on not on your emotions anymore?
You just have to eliminate the things that are not supporting you anymore. You have to
Yes.
have the wisdom to eliminate the things that are not supporting you anymore. You're taking total responsibility for your life. You're no
Yes.
longer a victim. You're not swayed easily. Because
Right.
you know, if we don't do that, I'm confident that we'll have regrets.
Right.
We have got to change our mindset. If you
Yep.
change, and what I stated earlier when I talked, it's about your physical mindset. Every day I know that I'll be 67 in October. And so as you age, your health changes. So for me, I have a whole routine in the morning where I pray an hour. And after I pray an hour, I immediately work out an hour. And that sets the rhythm for my day. The energy, my mind is clear, I'm focused. And sometimes when I'm unable to do that, I could see the tendency of me being a little off. So for me, it's really important for me to win in the morning. And then I'm able to, you know, create a real value creating day, and I'm invigorated with fresh vitality. And, I really feel really good this morning. So I would encourage everybody on the call today to check out the workshops that we're going to be giving. You know, as Kim talks about the chakras, it's all about your mindset. As I talk about self mastery, it's all about the mindset. As El Ray talks about the different stages of developing yourself to become a king, it's all about our mindset. Change your thoughts, and your environment will change.
Exactly. Change your thoughts and your environment will change. And that was the whole, and I mean, and that's basically I said that too. It's like when you began to change, your environment change. We have to really truly work on our mindset. And how do we do that? Judy stated it. We have to learn to win in the morning. And how do we win in the morning? You have to determine what is winning for you in the morning. I can't say, well, oh, get up and do XYZ. You have to determine what is winning in the morning for you. And that was something that I learned, and I watched individual who was winning in the morning. And it's like, okay, and we have to learn how to stay consistent with that, because it does make you feel better. You do feel different. Your attitude is different. It really sets the tone, as Judy stated. It sets the tone for your day.
Just ask yourself, when you woke up today, did you wake up and say, wow, I am so excited. I have so many boundless challenges, so many boundless possibilities. Or did you wake up today and say, ooh, this is too much.
Yeah,
I can't go on like this no more. I'm overwhelmed. That is how you set your day. Did you wake up with limitless possibilities for your life, no matter what the challenges that you're being faced with? Or did you wake up and it's you feeling overwhelmed? And that is going to set the rhythm for your day.
right. It's gonna set the rhythm. You're right about that. How are you waking up in the morning? I mean, because like remember when I said I woke up Tuesday, and I was last Tuesday, and I was ready to get on with my day, had everything set, and I got some disturbing news. And I'm gonna be honest, it took me off for the rest of my day. I was in tears. I was, worrying about, my family members, and how could, a person even react the way they did, and then I had to let it go and began to pray, because I was angry and I wanted retaliation. So I was in this world of hell, like just angry, pissed off, ready to just fight back. But was that going to solve anything? No. So I had to learn, I had to begin to pray for that person, and just pray for the situation. Because when one thing we have to remember, everything happens for a reason. But how are we going to evolve when things happen? So as she stated, we want to really you know, help individuals, plus evolving ourselves through our programs that we're going to be delivering and showing you guys. And most definitely in the spiritual workshop, you're most definitely going to evolve, because you're going to be dealing with self. In the self mastery, you're going to be dealing with self. Becoming a king, you're going to be dealing with self. This is all about dealing with self and learning how to deal with self. Because we have to remember, if we look at, just check it out. If we look at movie stars today, we've been shown, because back in the day when we were kids, Judy, you and I, we didn't get a chance to see them like we see it now.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see their life. We saw them evolve, but we see them truly evolve now. Because of the internet, the world is just open, and we can see everything. Everybody's, as the word, living out loud now. So so you get to see things, you get to critique, you get to make an opinion about stuff. And we have saw many of entertainers actually overdose. We get to see the entertainers, they make all of this money, but really truly, the one thing, they may have a lot of money, but the one thing that they don't have, their mindset, their spirituality is not, they are not connected. So we can't base everything on all the things that we have. Because me and her both just sat here and talked about your mindset, your spirit. What is really, when it all boils down, it is mindset. Because what is really going on internally? So we can have a whole bunch of money. We can drive around in the Benz. We can have a big, beautiful home, but are you truly happy within? How are you truly evolving with all of those things? Are you
So
in?
many of us on the phone on the call today are setting goals. We everybody's got a goal. I'm setting a goal. But for me, the purpose of setting a goal is not really to achieve the goal. It
Mhm.
is to see who I can become in the process of going after that goal.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. It's all about me evolving into that. What kind of, whatever the goal is it, if it's losing weight, gaining weight, getting a better job, having a strong healthy relationship with another individual,
Mhm.
changing my bank account, whatever that goal is. For me, it's not really in achieving it, it's who am I becoming in the process of going after it.
That's interesting. That's deep that you said that, because we do set goals all the time, but we never even ask that question. Who am I going to become when I reach this goal? That's mind blowing to me right there. That's mind blowing. And we do need to ask ourselves, who am I going to become? Because we can achieve that financial goal. So then who are you once you achieve that financial goal? Are you walking around just living on ego? Are you walking around feeling like you better than somebody because I got $1 million or because I got a big house? Are you? So who are you? And my thing is, I just truly want to go through life and help not only myself, but to help people truly see themselves so they can evolve into being the best that they can be for them. Not for me, but for you. Who are you really? And those are the questions. Go ahead, Jude.
No, go ahead, Ken.
I think those are the questions we have to ask ourselves. Who are you? How are you evolving with your things?
I just want to connect more to life. I want to enjoy life more. I want
Mm-hmm.
to experience life more.
Yes.
I want to, I want to just have, I just want to experience and enjoy it. To me, that is actual proof. That's living a fulfilling life. Are
Yes.
you just going after your goals, but are you living a fulfilling life? I want to live a fulfilling life, and I want to live a life with no regrets.
Oh my God, Judy, yes. And that's something that you and I have talked about for years, just learning how to live with no regrets. Just and that's real interesting that you talk about, living a fulfilling life and just being able to connect with life. That is so important because that's where I'm at. At 57, just made 57, it's like I want to live now. I don't want to just be out here just kicking it. I want to live. I want to really learn how to live and how to truly connect to the universe within me.
Mm.
Yeah, I really want to learn. I really want to understand that truest connection, with the universe. Colette, that was a great question, and you have taken us. I hope you're still here, but I thank you for that question. I see if we didn't get quite a few more people to come on, but I'm quite sure people are going to see it. So once you guys see this, please share it on your page, and you could also put in some more questions because we'll come back and answer questions later. So if you want to leave some questions, because I know there's some people out here. Colette said, "I'm still here." Great. Thank you, Colette. Toya, I hope you're still here too. If you have a question, please share with us. Um,
So Colette and Toya, The whole purpose of us doing it this morning, and what I would like for you guys to think about, is a deeper meaning for your life, you know, and how can you really stretch yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I
Mm.
think that's a journey that everybody should take. And I hope that you take this journey with us.
Yes, it's a great journey. Well, it's 8:40. Collect or Toya, if you still here, do you guys have any questions? You guys want to answer any questions? Or if you just want to share, you can share an experience or, we would love to hear it. So if you want to share, because we're not going to hold it up for an hour, but if you got anything else you want to share, we would love to hear it. And Colette, thank you so much for hanging in there with us. We really, truly appreciate that as we evolve in life, how we're going to evolve. Why are we evolving? What is evolving about? Just taking a deep breath and really taking it in. Most of the time we don't pay attention to those things evolving. Why did we choose evolving for the E word and self for the, why did we choose evolving? You know, because it's something to me, it's something we do every day, and we never take a moment to even ask ourselves to say, how am I evolving today? Or even when we're just in a simple one-on-one conversation with somebody trying to express how we feel. How do I evolve in this conversation where I can touch their life and they can touch my life? How do we open up to allow ourselves to evolve with each other? That was why it was chosen, because evolving is something we do every moment in every second of the day. How do we evolve when we're eating the right foods? How do we evolve when we're building our financial fortune? How do we evolve when we're setting goals? Judy made some great examples of that, like she stated, she wants to evolve. She wants to live life. When she set a goal, she's just not setting a goal. She wants to see how does she basically evolve? What kind of person is she going to evolve into as she set these goals? Colette said, with the vastness of the internet, how do we discern what is useful and what is not?
Everything is based on relationships, Colette, and as I referenced in our last call, that we are building because number one, we think that you and Toya are just absolutely extraordinary. And you want to be around people that think you are extraordinary, and building that kind of relationship and rapport with you, somebody that you trust, somebody that you respect. The internet is loaded. It's a, a, a triple-billion-dollar industry, and it's doing really, really well with all different kind of facets and things on it. But conscious awakening is an entity that is providing a safe environment where you can open up your heart and your life with no judgment, just only being concerned about helping an individual um, reveal their greatness. And, you know, um, that sort of thing, really helping you to, number one, become inspired, number two, become disciplined, and lastly, really surrendering to purpose. So, Kim.
Surrendering to purpose. Okay, Judy, surrendering to purpose. I feel the same way. I think that once you evolve, once you at a point in your life spiritually, you know how to discern things. You know what is right for your life, because guess what? Energy is so important. It's all energy. So you're gonna know with your life. I mean, we of course we're gonna check some things out, but if your life doesn't speak to you, if you don't, you have to trust your heart, you have to trust your intuition. And that's what dealing with chakras does. It helps you build that. You learn how to. First of all, I wanted to stop and say, Yvonne, Ivy, good morning. How are you? I think I said her name wrong, but okay. I just want to say good morning, darling. But thank you, and thank you so much for coming on. So I think for me, how I discern things is that if it doesn't touch my heart, I can read between lines if it's real of it or it's not. I'm just on that kind of level in my life now, because I do a lot of surfacing on the internet, because I'm always looking for answers. That's part of my part of my nature. So I'm always asking questions about things that goes on. So as you evolve and change your mindset and your energy, you will be able to know what is real and what is not. And again, we are creating a community. Conscious awakening is creating a community and environment for people to feel safe, for you to come in and be who you are and ask the wonderful questions. And let's go on and we're willing to go on a journey with you. Because remember, we are all still evolving. As long as we breathe, as long as we're still here alive, we are evolving. So I don't look at you as me being better than you are. We are here together, and I'm going to share what I have and what my purpose is and what my mission is with you, because I have to live my purpose. And that's one of the most important things to me right now in life, is to live my purpose, is to do what I'm supposed to do. Allow spirit to take me on this journey of being conscious and being awakened. And I'm not afraid of it anymore. At one point I was, there was fear, but I have to do this. This is sometimes it's almost bigger than me. you know. So this is where I'm at. So Colette, thank you for the question. That was a wonderful question. But we, again, just continue to roll with us and be with us and pick the things that feel good to your heart, because your heart tells the truth. Your heart knows the truth. Most definitely it knows the truth. So that's my take on it. I really enjoyed this conversation. Sometimes we want to have a whole bunch of people on here because it just makes things, but this was supposed to happen the way it was supposed to happen. This is how we were supposed to deal with evolvement today. So it was Judy and I, and we have evolved. And just to share a little bit, this is my BFF. And we are still evolving. Now we're evolving together in conscious awakening. And that's a whole new experience for us. But we are truly evolving. We are getting to know each other on a different level now. So, and then one thing we have to remember as we evolve, we have to respect people where they are in their life and as they evolve. We can't expect a person to, because we're like, why are they doing this at this age? Why are they doing that? What? No, people want, my thing is, if you're not out here killing nobody and hurting anybody, beating somebody down, and you evolving and you're feeling good about it, let's respect where people are at in their life. Let's not judge. you know I mean, if we want to ask some questions, ask some questions. If somebody say, well, Kim, why did you do such and such a, because this is where I am and this is how I feel about it. Why do you go work for Osama right now? Hey, he offered me some more money. There's a clientele in my house. It's just me and my clients, so I don't get to evolve as much in my house as much. I evolve, put it like this, I evolve different in my home than I do in the salon. The salon brings in different masses of people. So I'm able to oh, there go Mr. Ray right there. He said something. Oh, so okay. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna read what El Ray said. Hey El Ray, good morning. So so that's so to me that's what evolving is about. So I went to get back. I went to Osama's because I get to deal with masses of people. And it's just all kind of people coming in. So I can do all type of hair. Everybody. I can cut your hair off. I can weave you some hair on. But I get to deal with different kinds of people all the time. At home, it's my steady clientele, and I can't have walk-ins coming in my home like that. So I evolve different in my home. And everybody, my clients, they're very spoiled. I tried to move them, some of them to the salon, but they don't want to go. They like the privacy. So everybody evolves different. Some people don't have a problem with coming to the salon, but there's a lot of my clients that don't want to be in the salon. So we're just going to continue to evolve in my basement, and I'm going to give them the a beautiful space, a peaceful space, a clean space. And we have evolving conversations, private conversations in the salon. People get to hear your conversations. So your conversations are kind of limited in the salon. But at home, we can do our thing. But I'm going to read this morning because El Ray had an issue. He couldn't come in. He said, "Good morning, everybody." He's sorry that he couldn't be on today. We have to evolve even in forgiving ourselves for being where we are. Until you forgive yourself and others, there is no evolving. I firmly believe that once you learn to forgive yourself first, then you truly have freedom to grow. So that was Mr. Ray, and he has a great point on forgiveness. Judy, do you want to go and touch a little bit on forgiveness?
Well, to me, it all stems from judgment, which to me is the root cause of any kind of disunity or disharmony. You know, it's easy, and it's easy to do. It's easy to see the weaknesses in other people. It's difficult to see their greatness. It's easy to complain, you know, um, to about what somebody else did to you. It's difficult to forgive. So I just try to, when I encounter individuals, instead of critiquing what they need to improve,
Yes.
I just look at their greatness. This is a phenomenally great person, and I'm inspired by you. I'm inspired by your greatness. I'm inspired by everybody that took the time out of their schedule this morning to join us. I just want to sum it up with inspiration, and I want to say this: complaining about your current circumstances is the glue that keeps you tied to them. No rain means no rainbow. So remember that complaining about your current circumstances is the glue that keeps you tied to them. So, like
Mm,
Ray was saying, he's not tied to that because he had a forgiving nature, and he was able to let that go. In Chicago right now, it's raining. But if we didn't have no rain, we won't have no rainbows. So ladies, stay inspired today.
thank you, Judy. I have nothing else. Elray said that was good, Judy. Yes, thank you, Judy. That was really great. So I have nothing else to say. I just want to say thank you guys. And remember, we will be coming on every other week. The next date that we will be coming on will be the 17th. So we're coming on every day, and the next day will be the 17th at 8 o'clock. Remember, it's on Conscious Awakening page, so you must like the page, and we're going to be on YouTube. So, and the next thing we're going to be talking about is the L. So I'm gonna leave you all questions about what the L is going to be about. But we will put some questions out there, and we will be talking about the L. L Ray, what L say? Love it. No rain, no rainbow. So remember, you guys, No rain, no rainbow. Just think about that. Just take that and just look at your life and say, no rain, no rainbow. Okay, so what kind of rainbow are you developing? What kind of rainbow are you evolving into? That was great. I love it. Well, everybody, you guys have a wonderful day. It has been a wonderful morning, and I truly enjoyed evolving with you, Judy, this morning.
So did
I
I.
truly,
Thank you.
yes, and Elray, I missed you this morning, but
Michelle Ray.
but I truly enjoyed the evolving piece of this. And guys, we're going to let you all go. And remember, have a wonderful day and tune in on May 17th at 8 a.m. And if you have any questions, please leave your questions and we will answer them later. And please share the video. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day.